Hi guys, it's Belle here and it is a Monday, which means Margarete Miller Monday, and we're already on week 4 of the new year. Crazy. So yes, let's get started with it. As always, links will be down below to Margarete's channel and Etsy, where you can purchase the digital prompts from. And don't forget, I have playlists of all my previous years, and this year's will all be put into a playlist too if you are interested and have missed any of those. Super cute. Love it, love it, love it. It gave me scrapbook vibes. I realized that afterwards. So let's have a look at the prompts. So the prompts are a map with roads, something that needs water, something with wheels, a handwritten note or signature, polka dots, and bonus something in black and white. So let's get started. So today's memory is all about my trip to Greenwich last week. And I saw this tree. Isn't it weird? I just love it. I don't know. It's giving me like hooded figure energy. Anyway, I got lots of bits, so we're going to get just on with putting some in the background. I've got some vintage map in a lovely kind of vintage brown because I thought that would go really well. So I'm just going to rip and tear part of this. So I went to Greenwich because I'd said in my goal video that one of my goals is to really focus on my health this year. I suffer from quite a few different health issues, and I really wanted to kind of focus on, do I want it like this? Focus on getting healthier. But I always think if we say, oh, I'm going to get healthier, it's too much of an open-ended kind of thing to say. That's how I feel, that it's too like ambiguous. So I like to make random little goals that to me are me working on it whilst also achieving something really definable. And one of the things I said was, there is this hill at Greenwich, and it doesn't look like much, guys, but it is ridiculously steep. Even walking down it hurts my knees. And you can see people clinging on because it's so steep. And for me, it is quite a triggering thing because of my health conditions and because of my anxiety, the type of anxiety. Right, the other thing is a handwritten note, a signature, and this is a signature. This is a vintage piece from 1966. I think actually I might use this one just because I don't think I'd use this stamp as much, but we've got that stamp and I could just use that bit. Yeah, it's quite a trigger for me. I love going to Greenwich here on the, well, it's in London, but I love going there. I love the market there. I love the antique shops there. I love the food stalls. But going up and down that hill, I really have to take my time. And then I also have to, yeah, it's just a thing. So I decided this year that I was going to really tackle this hill, that it was going to be my way of seeing how my health journey was coming along. And I mean, I'm not unfit. I just have certain health things that I'm battling. I used to be so fit. I'm talking about when I turned 40, even before that, but I spent sort of like 4 days a week at a gym. I used to run 3 to 4 times a week. I used to lift weights. I did yoga, Pilates. I mean, I was so into health for the first time ever in my life that I spent Boxing Day morning at the gym. I spent New Year's Eve at the gym. Like, I loved it. But then I developed health issues and anxiety disorder. And yeah, everything just kind of changed a little bit for me. So I decided this hill, I know it's going to be difficult for me because I know it's a bit, you know, it's just hard for me to do. It's hard for your average person to climb up and down that hill, let alone me. So anyway, I was like, right, this is the first day. I want to try and go twice a month. And this is the first time in January I have a chance to go. I'm only going to be able to go once this month. And like, we're going to do it. We're going to go down the hill. I really need to wear my knee supports next time. We're going to go down the hill. And then we're going to go around the market, maybe grab lunch and have a lovely day, which we did do. And then we are going to tackle the hill. So we did all that. We got to walk down the hill, went around the market, had a lovely time, did all that stuff. And then, guys, and then, ironies of irony. I have some spotted paper here. Irony of ironies. When we came back to actually tackle the hill, right, there were workmen, because it's right by the Greenwich Observatory. I've got to remember to make a pocket for my thing. There were workmen cutting down and dealing with some of the trees and things by the observatory, which we'd seen on our way down. They had this little robot thing as well. It was crazy. I was just like, when did they get robot gardeners? Like, what's happening? Anyway, by the time we got back, you couldn't go up the hill. They'd closed it off because it was dangerous with what they were doing with the trees. And I was like, are you actually joking me? Like, I've built myself up. I was like, right, okay, deep breaths, get in the right mindset. Let's do this. Bottle of water to hand. Let's go. Because I'm going to time myself, both in how long it takes me to get up there, but also in how many times I have to stop, right? So I had worked myself up to get up this hill. It was closed. I was like, you are having an actual laugh. But what it meant was, I mean, I go to Greenwich a lot, including the woodland kind of garden by the observatory, but I don't explore the whole. It's a massive piece of woodlands. Greenwich area is by the observatory, and I was looking at the map and realizing there was a rose garden, a Roman ruins, and like something over the other side, and like a little boating lake and a deer park. And I was like, we haven't seen any of that. So we decided to walk the long way around, which still had some steep hills, but nothing like the hill. So I did still get to challenge myself physically a little bit, right? But it was just the whole, are you actually kidding me, that I really worked myself up. And yeah, it's not happening today. But what it did mean was we got to see parts that we haven't seen before. And we've decided each time we go back, we're going to tackle one area of the big park. So this time we walked over to where the Roman ruins were. And on the way, we came across these trees, but they had like this one. You can see it's looking very like it's winter, guys. You know, the trees are looking naked kind of thing. But right near this tree, kind of just a little bit up and to the left of it, there is this big tree trunk that's kind of hollowed out that is on its side, and it has a big fence around it. And we were like, what is that? That looks interesting. And it was really interesting. So this tree trunk, guys, it is dates all the way back, if you don't know, where the big naval colleges are now. That has also been turned into a university, but it used to be a big naval college, and it used to have like a hospital there for the sailors and everything. We go there all the time. In fact, that's the university that my son was debating going to before he made his final decision, my youngest, on the one he's now at, or just finished because he's just completed his master's. And it's beautiful. But right there, right where that is, right by the Thames, there is this giant circular plaque on the floor, because that is where the Palace of Greenwich used to sit, which is where Henry VIII lived. And the palace is no longer there, sadly, but there's this giant plaque commemorating it. So the woodlands around Greenwich were part of royal land. Oh, I think I wanted that as a pocket. I've got another one I can use as a pocket. It's okay. And so this fallen big tree trunk thing, apparently it is said that this tree was a favourite whilst it was standing, where Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn, not Balloon, used to dance under. And also it's called, I think it's called Queen Elizabeth's tree or something, because apparently the young Elizabeth I used to love to picnic under this tree and play around it and things like that. So although it's only the trunk left now, I mean, the tree's dead, it's gone, and you've just got this fallen trunk, because of its history. I mean, think about how long ago that was, guys. That was 500-600 years ago that this tree was standing. And apparently, from what they've done tests on it, it was standing for hundreds of years before then. And it's still there to this day. And as a historian, that just kind of tickled me, which also made me, firstly, I didn't get a picture of that because it didn't look that pretty with a fence around it and there was people walking behind. So I got a picture of this fun looking tree that was still standing. And then I found in my collection of tea cards that are about British costume, this is actually Elizabeth I. So it's a lady's formal dress from 1610. This lady, based on the portrait painted around 1610, shows the dress which first appeared in the later portraits of Queen Elizabeth about 1580 and remained fashionable in the reign of James I. So I wanted to use this because that tree was obviously linked to Elizabeth I. I also have, because it said black and white, now my polka dots are kind of black and white, but I have this white die cut tree, which I also thought would be quite cute to put on here. I still want to be able to see my tree, but I thought it would be quite cute to put on here. Because, you know, I'm talking about the tree that Queen Elizabeth used to picnic under, kind of thing. So I thought that would be really cute to put it on here. And the thing with wheels, I've got a wheelbarrow because one, it is black, well, it's greyish card, but it kind of reminds me of the fact that the guys were working, they were working on the gardens and things. And also the white tree stands for something that needs water. So I'm going to put this on, and I think I might, I'm trying to think how I want the prompts to be. So yeah, as a historian, that just, oh my gosh, it tickles me. I was saying, how many hundreds of people, thousands, millions of people have walked where we were walking, either when that tree stood or when that tree fell. And to think that Henry VIII walked the path, well, the area that I was walking on. I mean, I know all over London, that's kind of the thing, you know. And I go to a lot of like the houses and palaces and things. But when it's to do with nature, it's just so much more interesting, I think. It just, yeah, I really like that. So that was interesting to see that tree. And to know that the young Queen Elizabeth I kind of picnicked under it and things. Now I'm trying to work out if I want this tucked behind Elizabeth or whether I want it in the wheelbarrow. Let's cut it down to size and see what we think. So yeah, I did get to do a little bit of walking, but not really what I wanted. But we did get to see things that I haven't seen before and that I wasn't planning on seeing on this particular trip. So that was really fun. And yeah, we did go over to the Roman ruins. I'm wondering about tucking that kind of down in there. We can actually make it so that it's not, you know, it's not as big. We can tuck it like this. And let's have a look. We did get to see the Roman ruins, but in all honesty, do you know what? I think I want it behind Elizabeth. That's what I think I want. Yeah, I prefer that. In all honesty, it's basically just a mound, the Roman ruins. Apparently, an old ancient Roman temple used to stand there. They've got like, you can see the, they show you like some of the dig artifacts and that they've pulled up, and you know, an artist's rendering of what it would have looked like. It was like a rest stop that people could come to. It also had the temple there, but it was, they reckon it was more of a, even though there was Roman gods and goddesses in stuff that they found, they think also that it was could be multi-faith, for basically for travelers on the road. Yeah, that's going to go in there really well. And that was interesting. I mean, I said to my partner, like, how many giant mounds across the country? I mean, I know there's burial mounds and that, especially around near Stonehenge, and over in Ireland where I'm from, where you have all these like hill burial mounds. But how many mounds do people just go, oh, look, it's just a hill? And it turns out it's the base of a Roman ruin or something. So that was interesting. I was hoping to see a bit more, but they have like signs telling you all about it. And then they have one of those little, you know, those little black and white box things that you can click on your phone and it takes you to more information. You know what I mean? So yes, that was really interesting too. Trying to work out if I want it further up. I don't think so. I think I want it down here. I might bring in a little bit more of that mat, actually. I've got a little bit more here. It's got beautiful tape on the back, though. I don't think I want to ruin the tape, waste the tape. I wonder if I can get it off. So, yeah, that was just really... Oh, no. Some of it's come off, which is cool. That was just really interesting. So when we go back next time... hoping that it's actually open so I can actually climb the thing. Do you know what? I don't think we do need it. I thought we might do, but now looking at it, I don't think we do, unless I bring it in up there. No. Yeah. We are going to just divide it up, and I think we're going to do the rose garden next. So everything happens for a reason, as they say, but I was so determined to get up that hill, and I'd really worked myself up and everything like that. And those of you who suffer with an anxiety disorder, you will know how much effort it takes when you know something is going to be a trigger to really build yourself up to tackle that, you know. But we also got, and I know this seems almost the wrong thing to do when I'm talking about health, but at this place, I'm just looking for words. At this place, at Greenwich, there is... There is my favourite donut shop, and it's my favourite because, one, I don't normally like donuts, but two, it is completely vegan, and all the donut and ice cream there is vegan, which is brilliant for me. And my favourite donut there is their peanut butter and jelly, which is really weird because I never thought I would say that because, you know, I'm not American, but it's brilliant. It's the favourite one. And so we'd said... when we go that we would grab, because my partner really loves it as well, that we would, do I want wander and start somewhere, or wander seen and noted, wander remember this, or no, I like adventure awaits. Where's that one? and we'd said we'd grab one because we both like one. And they had the mini ones that are about this big. And I said, well, that's brilliant because I can literally have one bite of it and you can have the rest. I never eat a whole donut anyway. It doesn't matter how big it is. I never eat it all. I think I like that down here. I was thinking here, but I actually think I like it down here. And they had the mini peanut butter and jelly one, yeah. And then they had one that I haven't seen before, which was pandan and coconut. Now, I love pandan. It's one of my favorite flavors. If you haven't tried it, I believe it's Chinese, and it has quite a sweet vanilla flavor to it. And it's normally green, and I love it. I really do. And I love coconut. So we bought a tiny coconut one and a tiny peanut butter and jelly one. And I bit into the pandan. I have to say I was disappointed. There wasn't enough pandan flavor for me. That basically it just tasted like a coconut donut, which is fine, but I was hoping for more oomph. Pandan can be quite a gentle flavor, but it can also be strong. I normally go to Chinatown and get like pandan cake and things. Anyway, we bit into those. I had one bite of each, and when I bit into the peanut butter and jelly one, it was so full of jam that jam went all over my hand. And we were walking on the street, so I kind of flicked it. Ended up going all over my partner's jeans and shoes, and he just had this deep red going all the way down his leg. And I said, it either looks like you've injured yourself really, really badly, or it looks like you've been painting. And he was like, I cannot believe this. Was walking around the whole of Greenwich with his jeans. Like, I got it off my hand really quickly, but we went and washed them and then wet wipes and all sorts, and it was not coming off. Thankfully, it's come off in the wash. But oh my goodness, it just kind of made me laugh because I just thought, honestly, of all the things that could happen, I take one bite. Obviously, it's going to happen to me that I take a bite. It goes everywhere. Thankfully, just on my hand and not on any of my clothes. So I got clean really quickly. And he just kind of looked at me. I was like, well, sorry. He was like, it's only us. Only us. So it was a really nice day. And that's what I'm remembering. I really like the way this looks. And we do have Elizabeth playing under the tree. So let's have a look at the prompts again. We've got a map with roads, which is here. The map does have roads on it. You can see the roads. Something that needs water, trees. Something with wheels. Well, it has a wheel. They have, you know, we're just going to go for it. It's a wheelbarrow. A handwritten note or signature we've got here. And look, this is from 1971, 8th of February. Polka dots we've got in the background and they're on some paper. Something in black and white. These are black and white. This is black and white. And my word labels are also black and white. So that is today's one. Again, if you're new here, hello, welcome. The Margarete Millers are normally my chattiest videos because, especially this year, because they're all going to be memory themed and have photographs. So yeah, they will be chattier. They were chatty anyway, but they're going to be chattier than they were. I'm loving it. It's like a mini scrapbook. That's how I'm viewing this one. I really am. And now I'm getting into the swing of adding the photo. I'm enjoying it. And I will write, as I have been doing, the memories on the back of my prompts, which is nice to include them. And I like the little swirl there. So that's it for this week's Margarete Miller. I already know what I'll be adding for next week's Margarete Miller because we have a big event coming up this Friday. And that will be my photo for next week. But you'll have to wait to see what that is. Yeah, I really like it. Yep, it's working out well so far. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it, including all the weird chatting. And I suppose the lesson is, if you're going to bite into a donut, make sure you hold it away from yourself or have something underneath, just in case the person who's made it has been extra generous with the filling. The pandan and coconut one wasn't that generous. It was like a tiny blob in the middle, but the PB&J one was good. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. I'll be back again soon. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I deeply appreciate it. And wherever you are in the world, first of all, stop wherever you are and take a look at the trees around you. Who knows what their history is and what they've seen. And secondly, I hope you're having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now.